Today, we're diving fork first into a cake that's not actually German. It has coconut where no one asked for coconut to be.
Oh my.
And still somehow became a legend. This is Homemade versus Bakery German chocolate cake. Now, before you grab your passport and head to Berlin looking for chocolate cake, don't. This cake has nothing to do with Germany. It's actually named after a guy named Samuel German, who, let's be honest, who probably didn't see this level of confusion happening.
What?
In 1852, he created a type of sweet baking chocolate for the Baker's Chocolate Company. And over 100 years later, a Texas homemaker created a cake recipe that would go absolutely viral, before viral was even a thing.
Not bad, not bad.
And what did they call it? German's chocolate cake. But somewhere along the way, the apostrophe disappeared. And boom, culinary identity crisis. Now, here's the real question. Is it better when it's made in your own kitchen with love, patience, and possibly a little yelling? Or does the bakery version, with its perfect layers, its polished frosting, and its suspicious good looks, take the crown? Today, we settle it. Homemade versus bakery. German chocolate cake. Let's head to the kitchen and get started. Here we are, guys, back again, mixing up this German chocolate cake. As I usually do, I have all the different aspects of this cake separated into their ingredients. Over here we have the cake. Over here we have the coconut pecan frosting. And up here we have our chocolate frosting, which we're going to do on the outside of the cake. The one I got from the bakery did not have the chocolate on the outside, but the recipe that I have has it on there and has a little bit of piping on the top of the cake, which I need more practice at anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that way. So there's nothing left to do at this point but jump into mixing this cake up, and we'll talk about the history, and then we'll get in there and test these two cakes once we get finished. Despite its name, German chocolate cake has no direct connection to Germany. The German in the name refers to Samuel German, an English-American chocolate maker who developed a type of sweet baking chocolate in 1852 for the Baker's Chocolate Company in Massachusetts. His chocolate, called Baker's German Sweet Chocolate, had a higher sugar content than other baking chocolates, giving it a milder flavor that later became the basis for the cake. The actual cake recipe was not created until over a century later. In 1957, a Dallas, Texas homemaker named Miss George Clay submitted a recipe for a chocolate cake using Baker's German's sweet chocolate to the Dallas Morning News, where it was published as German's chocolate cake. The apostrophe indicated the possessive form, referring to the chocolate brand rather than the country. The recipe featured a layered chocolate cake filled and topped with a coconut pecan frosting, which became its signature style. Alright guys, so we've got that in the oven at 350 and we're going to cook it for 30 to 35 minutes. It'll be done when a toothpick comes out of the center clean. While we wait, we're going to go ahead and mix up the coconut pecan frosting, and then we'll make the chocolate frosting as well. So when it comes out and cools off, we can go ahead and get it decorated. So let's get started on these two frostings, and we'll be back in a little bit once the cake's done. After the recipe's publication, General Foods, which owned the Baker's brand, distributed it to other newspapers nationwide. This led to a surge in popularity, with sales of Baker's German sweet chocolate reportedly increasing by as much as 73%. Over time, the possessive form was dropped, and the cake became widely known as German chocolate cake, which contributed to the common misconception that it originated in Germany. Alright, so we've got the coconut pecan icing over there cooling off, and now we're going to make the buttercream. The cake is almost ready, and then we'll get to put it together. German chocolate cake quickly became a staple in American baking, celebrated for its rich chocolate flavor combined with the sweet, nutty coconut pecan frosting. Variations have emerged over time, including adding coffee to the batter, incorporating bourbon or rum into the frosting, and adapting the cake into cupcakes, bundt cakes, or cake balls, while maintaining the classic flavor profile. In the U.S., June 11 is recognized as National German Chocolate Cake Day, highlighting its enduring popularity. Alright guys, here we have everything out of the oven and both of the frostings made. We're going to let this cool way down and then we'll put it all together. In essence, German chocolate cake is a distinctly American dessert with roots in mid-20th century Texas. Named after a chocolate maker rather than a country, its combination of sweet chocolate, coconut, and pecans has made it a beloved classic, celebrated in homes and bakeries across the United States. And now, check out this reveal. The verdict. Here we are with our two competitors. The one on the right is my attempt at the German chocolate cake, and the one on the left is the one I got from the bakery. Visually, the one from the bakery is much smaller and condensed, and this turned out to be a huge cake, the one that I made. The cake is a little bit darker on mine than it was at the bakery. This one is really light brown. The frosting, I guess they look pretty much the same. This one does look a lot more homemade. And I did some piping chocolate frosting on mine. I've got a bit of a distraction for Piper here so that she can participate but not eat chocolate. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this, and we're gonna try the bakery one first. That's pretty good. Got a good flavor, not overly sweet. The coconut pecan frosting is really good. And the cake is moist. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not mad that I bought this from the bakery. But let's try this one. It's far more indulgent. You gotta get a little bit of everything. We're gonna get some of the chocolate, some of the frosting, and some of the cake. That is bomb. That is a good cake. Man, it's so chocolatey. Everything works well together. The coconut frosting is just, it just combines and works well with the whole situation. Chocolate cake is moist, delicate. That one barely tastes like chocolate. It is called a German chocolate cake. This cake wins by a mile. It's homemade. Homemade does it again. Retains its crown. There's nothing left to do but give Piper some snacks so she thinks that she's participating. Here you go. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming along. This one was a lot of work, but man, the results are undeniable. This is a good cake. And so you should follow along on the recipe and copy this. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, that's all we have for this video versus. Thanks for coming along. We're going to keep this ball rolling. Please like, comment, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you'll know when we drop our next video. And we'll see you on that next video. Tell them bye, Piper.
Bye. See ya.